Hi guys, so last week I uploaded my first video, Day in the Life of a Software Engineer. I made the mistake of not planning any future videos before doing that one, and I feel like that's something I should have started with, but I more planned the concept of the channel in my head beforehand and thought, yeah, let's run with it. And the idea that I want is to give a realistic insight into what it's like being a software engineer with a full-time job, life commitments, but still trying to have side projects as many do. And I feel there's a lot of channels that give this idea that it's very easy to have this life and have fun outside of work and still have side projects. And don't get me wrong, sometimes you can, but I find you have a lot of brain drain at the end of the day where it's just you've been working for 8 hours and then the last thing you want to do is sit there for another 4 and crack on with a side project, which some days I'm happy to do and a lot I can't even fathom. But that's where I wanted to do this video. I wanted to see how much could I possibly learn in 7 days with all these other commitments. And like, that's where I thought, alright, Swift. I've never done iOS development in the past, so it'll be interesting what it's like. So yeah, here's the journey of learning Swift in 7 days. Well, if I'm honest, it's probably 10, but yeah, this is how much I've learned over the past week. So during the first 5 days, I was away in Lewis and thought I'd do the classic thing and build a chatting app. Now, I came up with this idea just because I was away. It was an easy idea that was already there, and I thought I can't sit there and create anything innovative and try and build it and create a video and have it out within 7 to 10 days. It just wasn't possible. But like, look where we are now. We're 2 weeks later and this one's only just coming out. So although I'd started the project on paper while I was there, I hadn't planned the whole process properly, and you'll see later on how this was my downfall. But I'd spend 30 minutes here and there reading, watching videos, and that's how I love to learn. I love to just read someone's code, manipulate it, get hands-on. So yeah, that was what I spent each day doing, 30 minutes while people were getting ready, just having a read through and trying to set up bits that I knew I could do. So while I was there, I set up Firebase, which I've used in the past, so it was quite fairly straightforward for me to set up. And then I proceeded to create the logging in functionality, which I was just using Firebase Auth. Again, it's pretty simple. I have the function to register. I just haven't actually sort of plugged it into a different page, and I just sort of ran out of time. So yeah, that was the majority of my first 5 days. As I was trying to say, it just sort of ran away from me and ran out of time by the time I got back. So in the final 5 days, I wanted to try my best to get at least something working. I had a lot of work on at my job and wasn't home a lot as the pubs had just reopened, but I tried to get bits and pieces done whenever I could. I spent this time trying to get a real-time database up and running. I followed a few tutorials and read some articles on some of the best ways to get this working, and these seem to lead me down the route of a chat room app, which I sort of just ran with in hopes that I could pinch bits and pieces to manipulate it into a friends chatting app. So I did start to make progress on getting the friends chatting app working, in the sense of I had it possible to look up other people who were signed up to the app via, when you log in, it stores your UID and your email address in a table, and then it has an array for all your friends underneath. Now, this was where I got up to. I did start getting the correct UID for that user when you clicked the add button. The only problem was I was struggling to get the doc ID for that specific document. So yeah, next time I'd hope to get this working, but I made a good start from where we were before, and yeah, so that's where we are. Now this week, or this video, wasn't meant for me to become an expert in Swift. It was more about trying to see how much I could learn in such a short amount of time. Now, due to, obviously, as I've said, the limitations of work and going on holiday, it's been very condensed, and hopefully the next ones I'll have a lot more time, I hope, to sort of extend my knowledge and learn a bit more. But it was more, yeah, just getting a feel of how it works, trying to see what I could do. And at the end of the day, I quite like Swift. I think it's good. I'd like to spend more time with it. And at the end of this process, I'd like to see how I rank each one. And I know each one's different because this is obviously a native language, it's not cross compatible, but it is a very good native language from how I've seen. And I did look at it a few years ago when it first sort of came out, and I wasn't a fan, but now I think, yeah, it's very well built, and I'd like to have a look going forward. But yeah, so this has really been as far as I've got, and obviously I'd have loved to go further, but I just think I wouldn't have anything coming out for another 2 weeks if I tried to build a fully fledged app. So I'd like to stick to my plan, stick to give myself a limit, and being true to this is how it is, and not this big fluffy I did it in 7 days, but in reality I did it in 20. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys, and I'll speak to you later. This is another post-edit clip, but I'd also like to say thank you to everyone who showed support on the last video, liked, commented. It means a lot, and to get all the views and the likes that we did on just the first video with 0 subscribers, and now going up to 16 I think it is at the moment, it means a lot. So thank you to everyone who has subscribed and commented and liked, and if you're not subscribed, please do, and we'll hopefully in the next video I'll have something more to show on my actual phone, and something that I can actually use with another person. So yeah, keep tuned, and hopefully I'll have another one ready for you soon. Thank you.